This video is not going to take long because honestly, I am just I am just not in the brightest mood to do this recap, but I'm going to do it anyway. But just know that this is not going to take too long. I'm not going to go into thorough detail like I normally do because I am just not in the brightest mood to do it. Basically, to give you an idea what went wrong in the game is a few things. One, you have a quarterback situation that is a below garbage tier. Second, not being able to capitalize on a good drive, a potential touchdown drive. And then this goes back to number one, where you commit turnovers. Whenever it's fumble, turnover on downs, or worst of all, interceptions. And then number three, coaching decisions, they have to be held accountable as well. Those five things, right? We got the quarterback situation, we got the touchdown drives that we didn't capitalize because of turnovers, then we got a quarterback situation that's garbage, and then we got the really suckish coaching decisions, which leads to the fifth point, the defense. The defense just tried their best. But boy, they can't tackle when the drives mean something. After this win, we played against NC State Wolfpack. They are now bowl eligible, like we are also bowl eligible. 6-20 is the final score. To give you an idea, like I said, the garbage quarterback situation that we have. Tyler Van Dyke, 21 for 38, only 173 yards, which is more than Morris has, but he throws 3 interceptions. And guess how many touchdown passes? 6 points, right? Only 2 of those were field goals, which means the entire game we didn't score a single touchdown because throughout majority of the game, we either we turned the ball over on the interception or fumble, or you get picked off. In this game, he gets picked off 3 times. Morris gets picked off once. And you know how that drive ended? A fumble. A fumble that was ended. Then, Fletcher, 23 carries, 115 yards. He did his best. He legitimately did his best to try to give this football team a chance. Then here's where we get to the coaching decisions. We didn't get the first down. This is where we talk about the third quarter. We go to the third quarter, which, by the way, throughout the majority of this game, it's just a boring game to watch because nobody can score shit. We start off with before we get there, we start with the game with the field goal, right? We did 12 plays. 12 plays, 43 yards. And Borregales hits the 48-yard field goal. Okay? All right, fine. Then after that, Jordan Poole, 12-yard pass from MJ Morris. Jordan Poole, who quit NBA basketball to join up with NC State Wolfpack and scores a touchdown against Miami because he couldn't beat the Miami Heat. I'm joking. The other Jordan Poole is a different Jordan Poole that we normally talked about last night. Now it's midnight because for reasons. The other Jordan Poole is from the Wizards team who we beat during the NBA in-season tournaments. This Jordan Poole has scored a 12-yard pass from MJ Morris on us. In the second quarter, just 2 field goals. Borregales with 27-yarder and Braden Narveson with the 39-yarder. The score was 6-10 throughout the rest of that second quarter and throughout the third quarter. Third quarter was boring as shit. It was a defensive struggle, and finally, near the end of the third quarter, Miami was going for that drive. All right? They were going for it. They did 12 plays. After the third quarter, Restrepo finally getting some rest. And this is another thing, too. Because of the bad quarterback situation, we have a situation with Van Dyke not making good decisions because their best receiver was getting covered up. They figured him out. Haley get targeted 3 times out of all times. Or actually, no. I think that might be lying there. He might have been targeted more than 3 times. I was saying about 4 or 5 times, and he catches like 2 footballs throughout the game. So, Restrepo not getting enough reps. It was mainly Kobe Young, Jacoby George. Now, we get to the end of the third quarter. Then we go to the fourth. Fletcher trying to run the football. He does. Then we get to 3rd and 5. We pass it to Fletcher for 4 yards. Did not make the first. So this is at the 3-yard line, by the way, at the North Carolina State. At the 3-yard line, 4th and 1. What will you do? The coaching decisions now will make an impact. They elected to go for it. They call a timeout to maybe reconsider it. I would have kicked the field goal because at least with that, I would have had a little bit of better chance. Our defense is giving them 3 and outs. Like three and outs in NC State, and albeit two. We had some 3 and outs. Oh, and we also can't forget our first drive in the third quarter. We freaking missed a field goal, 45-yarder. So there was that situation where when we made that field goal alone, it would have been 9 for 20. Or excuse me, 9 for 10. 9 for 10. And if we continue giving them a 3 and out situation, and we would have made this field goal, we would have had the lead 12-10. But instead, we elected to go for it, and then we got stopped at that side. Fletcher gets no gain there. Literally a bad decision, just all around bad decisions in this football game by Cristobal and Dawson. And again, that was a good drive that could have been a touchdown. And we capitalized shit. Oh, and guess what happened after that? After we didn't make that first down or touchdown, they go on a touchdown drive. Our defense could not make a tackle, and the Kendrick Raphael 31-yard touchdown, 17-6. Tyler Van Dyke. The next possession, what does he do here? We needed him where we needed most. Because Twitter fans, they're calling for something I think I'm going to agree with. They were calling for him to get benched. So, what does Tyler Van Dyke do? Throws an incomplete pass to Jacoby George. He gets sacked. Really, he got tripped. I don't know how that's not a tripping call. But he got tripped, and he lost 8 yards. 3rd and 18, incomplete. Just what are you doing? And then 4th and 18, he gets picked off. Second interception of the game, and NC State would capitalize, almost scoring a touchdown, but they didn't get there that far. There were a couple of There was a couple of curricular activities in this possession, like that there was a offset. There was even an offset unsportsmanlike conduct from both sides, especially with Miami. Leonard Taylor III. But penalties offset, and then we replay it, and then Miami calling their timeouts. Narveson kicks a field goal that would be 20-6, and then literally trying to get down the field. Completely awful clock management, by the way. That's another bad coaching decision. All you have to do, all you were trying to do, this is for any common sense coach. Catch the football when it's that deep, then you run out of bounds. You try to go out of bounds. They didn't do majority of that when they're getting first downs. If it's a first down, they wind down the clock. Why are you winding down the clock? There's still a 2-possession chance to come back and try to tie this thing up. They didn't do that. So literally at the end of the fourth quarter, Van Dyke gets picked off for the third time. Ball game. With that being said, 2 field goals, unacceptable. Unacceptable! Because now you got a huge game next week against Florida State. Oh, by the way, it's on ABC. It's on national television. You think we have a shot against FSU? You kidding me? There's not a chance in hell that we got Florida State next week. No chance at all. They are 9-0. They're 4 in the country. They're 4 in the country. Don't let it fool you. Do not let that fool you. They have scary moments in this season. They had scary moments. Boston almost beat them. Clemson almost beat them. But you know what? They did not beat them. If they can't beat them on a very close game, how the hell are we going to expect to beat Florida State next week? How? With this loss and the Georgia Tech loss, and I didn't forget, the wins against Texas, especially Texas A&M, is all but forgotten. Shame. I was at that game too. Shame. And you want to know what's even more embarrassing? Miami, Ohio, the team that we beat, they have a better season than us. Since the Miami, Ohio loss, they won against Massachusetts, so they're 1-1. They beat Cincinnati, so 2-1. Delaware State 3-1. Kent State 4-1. Bowling Green 5-1. West Michigan 6-1. So they lost, and then they lost to Toledo in the close margin 6-2. They're 7-2. They're 7-2 right now, and that's the team that we kicked the shit out of in week 1. And we're 6-3 against someone like NC State, where we could have had at least a better shot of scoring a touchdown. We didn't. And then we lose games where we should have won, like Georgia Tech. All the time, this team. All the time. I sometimes, and this is true for last year too, I'm embarrassed to be a U fan. I'm always going to represent the U. I'm always going to represent the U. But holy shit, I'm embarrassed a lot of times to be a U fan. I'm embarrassed. This game against NC State, it makes me eager to watch Miami basketball. And boy, I can't wait for the Miami Hurricanes basketball season starts. They start on Monday. I think that day alone, 3 games in the same night. We got the Florida Panthers playing against Columbus Blue Jackets. We got the Miami Heat going up against the Los Angeles Lakers. And then on Monday, we got NJIT Highlanders. I'll do a preview. I'll do a preview on that. Excuse me. I'll do a preview on the basketball seasons tomorrow. Well, now today, because it is now 12 o'clock at midnight. I hope the Florida Panthers video is uploaded by then. I doubt it, but so yeah, I'll do the preview on the basketball tomorrow after a couple hours after the Dolphins game. So the Miami Hurricanes basketball should be a lot of fun to watch. And yeah, folks, I mean, I mean, and also too, with this game alone, we're still bowl eligible, but my predictions I regret now. I regret my predictions back in August. I said we were going to beat NC State. We didn't. I said we were going to beat Georgia Tech. We didn't. I said we were going to beat Texas A&M. We did. They're an SEC school. I said we were going to lose to Clemson. We didn't. And for the rest, I predicted that we were going to beat Louisville and Boston State. I don't know now. Louisville is our last home game, and they're 13 in the nation. They're 8-1. I don't know. I think we're at this point. I feels like we're going to end the season 6-6. I hope I'm wrong. But if we and after the season we go to the bowl game, and I think we're going to get crushed. I honestly think we're going to get crushed in the bowl game. Tyler Van Dyke played like shit tonight. He was garbage. You should have had a touchdown or two in this game against NC State. He didn't. Not entirely his fault. The coaches had to be held accountable. But now I'm gonna be real with you. I'm officially with how garbage it is. It's clear he cannot handle it. He had an injury, which apparently it was announced after the North Carolina game, after he was having a beast season against non-conference teams like Miami, Ohio, Texas A&M, Bethune-Cookman, and Temple. Now you're gonna bring it up? Now he can't do it. Honestly, I lost patience with him. I just lost patience. When is it going to be time to bench him and then put somebody else in like Emory Williams, who have beaten Clemson, or Ja'Carry Brown? Where was Ja'Carry Brown? Honestly, nobody's going to watch the game if Van Dyke plays next week against Florida State. He can't. He's not going to beat Florida State. So with that being said, I'm officially calling for Tyler Van Dyke to get benched and let somebody else play for Van Dyke because he can't do it. There, I said it. I said it, and I'm not ashamed of it. I officially call for him to be benched. If not, and he plays next week, then I'm reluctant to call for the firing of Mario Cristobal. That's where I stand right now. There needs to be a change. I don't think Cristobal has what it takes if this keeps happening, because we have high expectation. And I know the process takes a long time, but if you're going to continue to play like shit, like we did tonight, I would expect a change after this season or the next. That's where I stand. So yeah, folks, that's going to do for this video, folks. If you have enjoyed this video, and not the game, because I did not enjoy the game, hit the like button, subscribe to my content, because my BTG has it back. And when he does, hit the right there with the entertainment you deserve. I'll see you guys tomorrow afternoon for the Dolphins recap. I hope we get this win, because this was an awful Saturday for us. And then, guys, that's going to do it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night.